Jó, ezt kihúzom a izét. Különben. Jó, ezt a Maria, nem tudom ki, azt én nem engedem be.
Jó.
Jó. Stay co-host. Ja, akkor várjál. Okay. And I'm also about to share presentation as a guideline for us. So here we are. Oops. Welcome. Yeah. Welcome everyone. The short introduction at the beginning of our presentation and meeting is really for those who are maybe less familiar with TASK4ISI program, in which, as it mentioned here, there are 17 partners and a lot of local partners, and also program participants are involved. The program is aiming to support underrepresented entrepreneurs, kind of driving the inclusion, the inclusive enterprise development in the region and the countries. And as you see ourselves, my name is Eva Vörös. I'm working for Impact Hub Budapest. We are one of the partners in the program, and we are kind of driving the TNISIHUB idea or program element of the project. The transnational knowledge exchange is what we are here for. As you've seen, we already had a couple of meetings, and we are going to have even further one in Krakow towards the end of the program. These are the major elements we are going to, or we have, and we are going to work about. And without further ado, I would like to hand over the mic to Eva Varga, who is the moderator of this program. As for us, for Impact Hub Budapest, we will be also active participants of this thing. Eva?
Great, thank you, Evie. And good morning and welcome, everyone. It was really nice to have the picture from Erfurt 2 slides ago, just to remind us what a good time we had, A, B, how far we got at the Erfurt meeting. I think we walked out feeling quite satisfied with some of the advances, especially with regards to the future perspectives. And so today's agenda is organized around exactly this, reflecting on what we've done and also making more concrete plans about how to move forward as a network. Let's look at today's agenda. We had asked every partner to think about where they are now and share with us in about 10 minutes what were some of the results of the pilots that are completed regarding business skill development. And also some of you have started, maybe even completed pilots in business matchmaking. And I'm sure I have a lot of really good insight to share. And also illustrates this with maybe an example of an entrepreneur who went through your pilot with or without him or her. So we're really looking forward to these more specific case studies, because they always provide a reality check to what we're doing and the kind of methodologies and theories we come up with. So in the first, say, 50 minutes, that's what we would like to do. So everybody will get 10 minutes. And some of you have sent already your slides. They were very extensive. So I really would like to ask you to to stay within the 10 minutes, but I will give you some warnings. And after that, we will break into 4 working groups, online working groups, to elaborate a bit further on this action plan that we started in Erfurt. We would very much like this to be as complete as possible today, at least gathering all the ideas and comments so that Impact Hub can then consolidate this into a plan that can be taken to potentially the final meeting in Krakow, but certainly to be shared by email beforehand. And then we will round up at the end with some sharing, what came out of the working groups, and next steps. So moving on, I would like to ask you to start your presentations, and perhaps we can start with the Hungarian partners. And so I hand the virtual microphone over to the Hungarian partners.
All right, thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Gergely from MGFU, and I would like to say that we didn't do this TASK4ISI yet because next week we are planning to organize a smaller event, and after that, on the next week, we would like to organize the TASK4ISI, but we have some consequences from the pilots, and the key topics what I would like to talk is the feedback. So the feedbacks from the pilots are really good, and they are giving a new aspect of entrepreneurship or the missing entrepreneurs view. So some of them says that there's a big demand of this project and this pilot rounds because they have some needs what the usual entrepreneurial circle in Hungary didn't support. So this is a really good initiative. And the challenges what we are addresses is the mindset. So they said that the mindset is really important to them, and the new structure. So the pilot structure is good and helpful for them. But I think Marian Hornyak, our mentor, can say deeper. So I would like to ask Marianne to say something about the pilots because she does the pilots from people with ADHD in our pilot. So please, Marianne, share your thoughts.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Gergely.
Thank you.
So yes, I work with the neurodivergent group, and it's very hard to say that I work with people with autism or I work with people with ADHD because so many of us have traits of both difficulties, and it's very hard to separate neurodiversity. So me myself, I am as well neurodivergent. So I always like to say we are always in a neurodiverse group because I'm already in the room. So we need to focus on how to become more inclusive. We started to work with people with autism, and we discovered that they have a great difficulty to identify their own needs because of masking, for example, for so many years. I have especially one gentleman who was diagnosed at age 50. So for 50 years, he's been trying to figure out what's wrong with him, and he tried to sort out his life. And then when he understood that he has autism, he actually opened up and he changed his whole mindset about himself, and now he's discovering what his needs are. So this was number one discovery for them, to understand that they actually have to think about their own needs, not the needs the society want them to have. I already started to calculate how many hours I worked through the pilot. I started in November, and we already had about 40 hours together. And I have more than 30 neurodivergent entrepreneurs who registered to this pilot. And sometimes we have the pilot with 10 people, sometimes we are 16 people. And also today we have a few of the participants here with us. So if you'd like to hear, I don't know if we can, I can't see them on the screen. But if any of you, Helga or Christina, would like to just mention if there is any benefit for you coming out of these pilots, or you have any insight how we could maybe even doing it better, I would really appreciate if you could give us just one sentence. I can't see them here. I'm sorry.
Hi, this is
Maybe
Christina.
Hi.
Good morning.
Thanks.
Sorry, sorry about the delight, but it's really sunny in Budapest right now, so we have a good weather, which is good for us. Thank you, Marianne, and thank you everyone for initiating this pilot. I have just recently joined Marianne in this group and participated in one call together with the participants. And what I benefited from this one call is that seeing that other entrepreneurs and self-employed guys in the group have similar issues that I have. And my personality is like, I like to discuss my problems and see other people's problems, and from our discussion come out a lot of ideas, and really just starting to work on the project. Because my main issue is that I have many ideas, but I don't start working on them. And this accountability that you need to like talk about what you've done in the past 1 week or 1 month, and really just discussing our actions is having me accountable to what I need to do. And for myself and for the group as well, it's really beneficial. Thank you, Marianne.
Thank you
Thanks
so
very
much.
much. That's been great. I'm sorry, I'm the bad cop here too, so I need to make sure that we stick to our times. And because I know that MGF's partner Impact Hub also brought an entrepreneur from their part of the pilot, I would really like to make sure that she gets the floor as well. So could we do that? And then perhaps,
sure,
Gergely and Marianna, you could round it up with a summary sentence or so at the end. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Shoshana.
Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Shoshana. I'm working as a dance teacher at the moment. I'm doing that since 8 years, and I'm mostly teaching social dances. Last August, I decided to kind of stand on my own feet, and I received the opportunity to join to the Catapult program, which honestly it was for me like a real launch into space. Really like the name of Catapult. It's just telling that. The whole program was really well structured, very focused and persistent. Exactly what I needed for to my idea to become a reality, because I have some background with my professional knowledge, how to teach the people, what to do in my lessons, but how to go there, how to reach the point when the people will reach out to me and wants to join to my dancing class or any kind of event. It was a big question mark for me. For me, it was very important to spread this type of quality time opportunity to the most of the people. So I'm teaching people above 25, and the older student is 80 at the moment. So there is really no limit. Dances for everyone. And I was a bit like, so to say, not so sure how to really start my own business. Is my idea really valid? Am I needed in the market, and so on? And the Catapult program was helping me with all of this. We did a positioning on the market, if we could decide if our idea is really valid. We did market research, financial planning as well, not only for like 1 year, but for 5 years, which was kind of, again, new for me. We had a lot of new GDPR or marketing knowledge. And especially I would like to highlight the mentoring itself, when we were able to really speak about our ideas, questions, roadblocks, with a person who already did the job and has the experience in the whole process. And I realized that it's really good that I have the passion for what I do, but I need to decide on the form to really find my voice, to keep it professional, and to be brave enough to do something different, what the competitors do. That was for what my mentor was always encouraging me for. So I was really thankful for that. I think that was a really nice opportunity, and I was able to reach a lot of milestones because I really felt kind of pressure in a good way to have a deadline. So if I will have the next meeting or the next training with the ladies, I should kind of bring some news to the table. What are the milestones I reached? And there was a very nice opportunity to meet in January as well for a follow-up meeting. I reached milestones like creating my own branding, my logo, creating my social media sites, my website. And in this February, I was able to present myself in a Hung Expo wedding exhibition, for example, because I teach wedding dance as well for couples who wants to learn this. And I encourage them to really come to me after the wedding as well, because that's the one of the best quality time I think you can spend with your loved one. And my first group classes started as well in February. So I really still feel the effect of this program on my skin. I started my first.
Fantastic. Sorry, I have to interrupt because we really need to give the opportunity and the time to other participants too. But no. It's been really interesting to listen to you both, and it seems like a really big value of these programs is that it provides a structure, a framework,
definitely
support, individual support, and the milestones. And what Christina said is some sort of accountability, so that you've kind of you're forced a little bit to move forward. So with that, I want to thank you, all four of you, for presenting a snapshot of the Hungarian pilots in progress, and move on to the next project, which is the Italian one. So please go ahead and share with us.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Yes.
Let me just share my presentation with you, as we will have also one of our representative. So we are really glad that she could make it. Okay, sorry. There we go. Okay, so regarding the Italian pilot, we have some progress to share with you. First of all, as we also mentioned last time, we have completed the business skill program group training, and we are now working on individual and team mentoring training right now to make sure that all participants from the business skills have reached the same hour. Regarding the business matchmaking program, we have launched the group training on the 21st of February, which was a huge success, and we were really happy to see all the participants enjoying themselves. We have scheduled individual and team activities, as well as we are working with a local stakeholder, with a sectorial stakeholder, for a specific group of new entrepreneurs. We have seen high participation of young people, with approximately 50% of women. We have also witnessed a diversified business ideas, with many of them being highly innovative. The event on the 21st of February was not only training, but it was a networking. So we really took upon the feedback that we were giving in Erfurt to make sure that we had as many participants as possible. And we have also witnessed a strong collaboration within the TASK4ISI network and team group. Regarding the challenges and implemented solutions that we have faced, as we mentioned last time, we keep on seeing that limited availability for many participants, as they are workers or students. So to tackle these, we have implemented flexible scheduling, with formats being mixed with online sessions and late night and early evening sessions. We have also witnessed the fundamental need of substantial personalized support. But we are working with our tutor, as well as with specific stakeholders who can help us reach all the needs of the participants. We have also had to manage a highly diversified customization needs, since the ideas we have seen are highly diverse and highly innovative. So we kind of had to think out of the box regarding the support that we can give them. And finally, one of our challenges still is managing the complexity of providing such a diversified support of all of our participants. On the 21st of February, as I said, we held a community event, which was a huge success. We were really happy about it. And we have also collected some sentiments around the projects that we decided to present. Most of them were found interesting, brave, and courageous. Some of them were considered innovative, and some of them were considered useful. So, for the last part of our presentation, I would like to introduce you to Mary, which is one of our aspiring entrepreneur and who has been part of our project since almost the beginning. Mary, if you can hear us, you have the floor.
Yes, grazie. Thank you very much, Valeria. Good morning, everyone. My name is Mary, and I want to take you back to where it all began for me. Before joining TNISIHUB, I had a deep-seated passion for luxury watches and a general vision of what I wanted to achieve. But to be honest, that's all I had. I lacked the defined strategy, and I had three big problems. I didn't know how to run a business. I was afraid of public speaking. I didn't have a right tools to start. That changed through rigorous market analysis and deep reflection. I finally gained the clarity needed to drive growth and make informed decisions. However, the real learning point was not just data, it was the individual support from TASK4ISI. The most important part was the help from TASK4ISI. My tutor, Mas, was great. He gave me answers and good advices, and the courage to stop worrying and start acting. Everything was put in the test during the community day presentation. If I will be honest, my anxiety was high, but thanks to the preparation and guidance I received, I was able to manage those emotions. The result was a successful delivery and positive feedback that finally validated all the hard work I had put in. It was the moment I realized I could actually do this. So, what is the project? My mission is to create a premium digital boutique for new apparel luxury watches. Because this boutique is fully digital, we face three critical challenges: reliability, authenticity, and professionalism. In the luxury world, trust is our primary currency. To build that trust, our pillars are total transparency and clear, responsive communication with our buyer at every single stage of their journey. Moving forward, our goal is to build a rock-solid digital reputation for two reasons. The first, we will use marketplaces like Chrono24 to reach an international audience and establish immediate credibility. The second one, we are refining our e-commerce platform to offer an immersive experience. We are not just selling a product, we are selling storytelling, craftsmanship, and heritage. I want to build a space where collectors don't just shop, but where they feel the passion behind every time space. Thank you for attention and for your time. Grazie mille.
Thank you, Mary.
Super.
We truly
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know if anybody has any questions. We've got 2 minutes left. I'm really curious. So who makes these watches?
I know trusted network brokers in Dubai. For this reason, I think I can.
So you import them and then distribute. Okay. That's quite complex. Wow.
Thank you
Any
very
other
much.
questions to her or to the Italian team? Okay, thank you then.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the third project. I don't know who that will be, Avi. Croatian team.
Hello, everybody. I'm really happy to see you all. As always, I was looking forward to this meeting because it's always a chance to learn something more and get more experience that we can implement in our region. So thank you, everybody. What I would like to say today is some details about where we are standing at the moment. We also invited our aspirant entrepreneur, Mrs. Anna Radović-Kapor, and I'm really looking forward to hear her story. So where we are standing, as you know, the partners here know that we are in a process of some budget reallocation between CEDRA and public institution RERA. So at the moment, it's a little bit silent period for us, but what we did so far, we finished piloting the business skills program, and we are now planning to organize an TNISIHUB meeting in Split during March. For that purpose, we also hired the external expert, Mrs. Radojka Tomašević, who is also with us today. She will help us facilitate the entire process because we are planning to organize 3 more TNISIHUB meetings, and she has a lot of experience in implementing these kind of projects. So we are basically counting on her in encouraging and bringing more stakeholders into our meetings, with whom we can have some fruitful discussions about what to do next. And what we will do next is plan and organize the business matchmaking program. And we will also sort of do the public procurement and hire some external experts to organize those educations. So the TASK4ISI meeting will include a reflection on the business skills program pilot. We still need to do the report of it. The topics for discussions would be the key outcomes of the pilot implementation, the feedback from participants, lessons learned for future program development, and possible improvements for future capacity building activities. What we faced during the business skills program is the troubles with the recruitment of the aspirant entrepreneurs. And I think that happened because we, as a public institution, are not well known within the society for implementing these sort of projects, because we are, at this moment, we are on 20 plus projects that we are implementing, all of the different topics. So this is not our core business. That's why we definitely need to introduce external experts to help us facilitate this process. So now I would ask Mrs. Anna Radović-Kapor to share her story with us and to little bit tell us about her experience within this pilot. Anna, please.
Hi, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. It's a little bit noisy out here, but I hope that the audio is good enough. Thank you for having me here. And I just want to say thanks to Anna, but also to the whole team of the TNISIHUB project. It's been an absolute joy for me to participate, and I've been participating from the beginning. So thank you for that. So just briefly about me and how I was involved. I actually got to know about the entire idea from Anna, from Rera. And I attended all of the, I think it was 20 workshops that I have attended. I kind of lost count after a few of them. And I also attended the workshops that were in 6 of them, and one of them that was held in Trilj, which I found particularly interesting because I got in touch with various women especially, who had the idea of starting a business or being entrepreneurs, and their ideas and their involvement in the local society kind of helped me develop my own idea. Maybe not develop, but maybe shift my idea from one thing to the next, which was finally an idea to open a small flower shop in the neighborhood. But in the beginning of the presentations, someone mentioned the neurodivergent individuals. So the idea of the flower shop is not only simply to sell flowers, but also to have workshops including flowers and including things from nature for neurodivergent kids, especially those with autism and dyslexia, because those are the things that dyslexia especially is not something that we talk about very often, at least here in the Split region. Again, I said what my business idea was, and the program here helped me because it kept me structured, it kept me organized, because in the very beginning, I kind of feel that I was all over the place with the idea. I didn't really know where to start and where I was going and what I need to do to achieve this. So the program really kept me in line, and it kind of gave me the basic small steps that I needed to take in order to achieve this. I should also say that I did learn about basic financial planning. This is not something that I had an experience with when it comes to my own business. So I did have the basic financial knowledge maybe, but not in the sense of business development. We are mostly women here, so I am not shy to say that it did build really my self-esteem as a woman, living in a world that is predominantly covered by the male businesses and entrepreneurs, and it really helped me find my place and make me realize my worth and what I can contribute to the community. During this process, I did face certain challenges, and I think I am not any different than any other woman who goes into the growing business, balancing work and family responsibilities. I do have 2 small children, and this is something that this is one of the reasons why I started thinking about building my own small business, being an entrepreneur, so that I can balance my work and my family in a better way. Gender stereotypes and bias is, I think, something that we always face, even in a micro scale every day. But that project here really did help, and the workshops here really did a terrific job with empowering women to go forward and to push for their dreams. I cannot really say what is it that can be improved, because everything was just, I think it was done meticulously and in a very good way. But if I have to find one thing that could be better, then I would say maybe make it last a little longer, so that it's so that we cover more things and that we go more in depth. But Anna did tell me that that's impossible to do, because the project does have certain length and we have to finish it by certain times. So where I'm currently at right now, I am researching for suppliers. I did find a location. So it's, I would say, the finishing stage of the business that I came up with. If you have any questions, I don't know if this is enough information, but I'm here I'll be more than happy to answer any questions.
Anna, thank you very much. Your story is indeed very inspirational. We were very happy having you on board.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything, truly, from the bottom of my heart. Thanks so much.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both, Annas. It's always very motivating, I think, to listen to your stories. And also, Anna, thank you very much for such a good summary of what this program may bring and where there might be challenges, because I think this is where what we can learn from. And adding to some of the things that the other ladies before you have said, which was, structure and accountability and basic financial and business skills, being appreciated as a woman, as a female entrepreneur, super important. So thank you very much for that. I think we are now ready to hear the 4th project. So please, the German team.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, I think so. So I'm Mariana. I'm from the part of CGE. Our Social Impulse Hub is in Erfurt, in Thuringia, in Germany, and both platform FAO and CGE is working in this Social Impulse Hub. So what has happened? A quick recap. We have not only done the business skills program, and we are moving towards the business matchmaking, but we also do activities to build the community and to activate the Social Impulse Hub. We have started with the grand reopening of the hub. We did this session with a framework discussion to try to get feedback from participants before developing the program. We have done our annual event on the Women's Day, where we talk about women in social entrepreneurship. We have had open backyard events to discuss different challenges that we wanted to implement in a social hackathon that we then developed later. We did this social hackathon. We had 27 people, 4 stakeholders, 30 hours, and this was all before starting the business skills. So this was to kickstart the motivation of the participants. And then this year we already had, again, our annual event with social entrepreneurship on Women's Day. But about our business skills program, so we officially started in October 25. We have had already 8 modules delivered in a total of 24 hours. We have 4 more to go, 20 more hours to go. We have had 36 participants engaged, 11 hub members, 7 experts, 4 more in the next events, and 5 stakeholders involved in the sessions. But this is where we talk about our challenges, right? Because as you can see, only the big part of participants have attended only half of our modules, while only about 11% have attended more than half until the 24 hours. And this is where we face our challenges that we already discussed also in our effort meeting, where being an extended program, it was a challenge because we have target groups which are young people, migrant and women, and especially the intersection of these 3 target groups. So most of our participants are international students who are women, but also have part-time jobs. So what we try to do is create a program that is extended so that different people can come to different times. We not always have the same people at all the events, right? And we try to create different approaches for this to create low barrier entry for people to come to our events. We tried different methods. We change timings. We do in the evenings, but we also change to Saturday mornings. We bring free lunch on Saturday morning so people can enjoy also this networking part. We do it in English because most of our participants are international migrants. Yeah, and we also try different topics according to the framework discussion with the participants in the beginning. And this is what we have already done. We have started with, can you go back just a moment? We have started with the first session, which was for the participants to pitch their ideas so that we could all understand what we were working on. Then the second was about value proposition. Then we can move to the third one, which was a networking event with one of our stakeholders, TAC. Then we moved to business model workshop. And then we went to the economy of the common good and social entrepreneurship. Then next, we went into the topic of marketing, pitching, and here on the 9th, this has already happened. I don't have pictures yet because this was just last Saturday, but we also had about USP and marketing position. And we still have more to go. So this Saturday we'll have on financial and business management. Then we have an online workshop also with another stakeholder from another university, which is how to finance the startup. And then finally, our last boot camp, we are even trying to respond to these challenges by moving our hub activity to Schmalkalden, another city where most of our participants are coming. So we are moving the last boot camp of 3 days in a weekend there for the participants to finish their program. And this will be in the middle of April. And now we are moving to the business matchmaking program. So also to tackle this, so we tried the very extended version, and now we're trying to still keep it diversified, but more concise. So we are working with a 2 weeks program, which has 2 parts, a first customer journey program, and then also a team matchmaking event. It will be a total of 20 hours of program with 3 sessions physical and the rest online to try to minimize these risks of not being able to attend the sessions, and then having personalized mentoring by another stakeholder that we also have worked with, which is by TEX. This first program is going to be an effort, and we have also gathered this new stakeholder to join us, which is Startup Migrants. And since they already also have a lot of expertise in this, and we wanted to make sure our target group would be different, because we have realized that, I mean, the people that come to us are the people that are more interested in the business skills program. Then we talked with Startup Migrants and we talked, okay, how can we find people who already have their business starting, but need this second part? Because the business skills was very much focused on having a space for people to bring their ideas and try to conceptualize, can I actually make a business or a social enterprise out of this? But in the second one, we want to support them further, right? So the people that are already with ideas settled. And so we are working with Startup Migrants in this. It's going to happen in end of April until middle of May. Everything is settled. We have done a lot of marketing to gather the right participants, target different organizations and different experts to make sure that this call is given to the people who most need it. Yes, and furthermore, looking at the future and into our local action plans, we have already discussed with our startup migrants, our new stakeholder, to do a second round of boot camps in November and December. So to make sure that the program continues and we tackle these issues and have even more possibilities for our target groups. Yeah, I mean, we also invited some of our participants to come, but again, this talks about the possibilities that our participants have, which is they are students and they are also part-time workers, and this timing of the meeting was very hard for them to join. We did gather some feedback. We still have all the surveys for formal evaluation that we will do at the end of the programs. We want to still have a meeting with all the participants to then discuss further improvements and what they felt and what they think they gained with this program. But so far today they couldn't join, and so I am here to tell you the story. It has been successful, but it's still a journey, and we're still learning how to adapt towards the future and trying to accommodate all the needs and to face these challenges. Yeah, I think that's it.
Fabulous. Thank you very much, Mariana. Are there any questions to her? It was great to hear that you've already considered how to sustain this program locally and planning 2 additional components of workshops in the fall, which will be formally or officially after the conclusion of this program. And I remember how much we discussed this, how to continue, how to sustain the local partnerships and initiative.
Yeah.
So that was really good to hear. Any questions to Mariana? I've got one. You talked about the challenges, how to keep participants in the program. And so I wanted to ask you, all these ideas that you deployed, being mobile, being online and offline, bringing lunch, doing it at different hours, etc. Have those worked? Did you manage to actually keep people in the program in this way?
Some, yes. I think still the one that will mostly work is when we move to where the people are, because most of our participants come from Smalkalden, which is a city that is by regional train is 1 hour and a half away, and they still come, and they come when it's, for example, on a Saturday, because they have more time to come instead of moving from after class and still having to take on the train and coming here. But we have for sure seen more attendance when we move to a Saturday, when we move to more the evening sessions, and less. If we start at 4, it's very hard, for example, for them to come. But if we start at 6, it's much easier for them to come. And we are really hopeful, because we have seen registrations in this bootcamp that we'll have in their city. So we are really hopeful that this will also enhance the participation when we move there. Exactly. Yeah.
Great. So flexibility really is key in logistics and organization as well. And do you have a target as to how many entrepreneurs you would like to end up with graduating?
I mean, we are trying to stick to the 20 participants as graduates. We will see. It really depends on this last push, right? But so far, I would say at least half of it for sure. It will work. Yeah. But again, I think that's also the situation, which is why we also want to do the second run in November and December, which is even for those that cannot manage to finalize their hours, we still give them a second chance to try again further along the way. So yes, officially in the program, maybe they don't finish this program, but we continue to try to give them access to this education and to this program.
Great. Thank you very much, Mariana. And let's move on to the Polish project now, which will be presented.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me all? This is Jacek calling. Yes. So in the beginning, I would like to say that our presentation today will be a little bit different because I'm calling you from my vacation, from holiday. So I'm just going to present some results and challenges about our TASK4ISI. And the second half of presentation will be made by Viola from the University of Economics. The rest of my team is on the huge job fair in Kraków. That's why all of them are out. And as well, we couldn't manage to invite entrepreneur because they are on the job fair as well, because we have chose the entrepreneur who is our stakeholder, but unfortunately, they are there as well. So first of all, I would like to say once again that we finished the business skills program in December. And in Erfurt, I was explaining that we had a very high attendance of people, but now we've got the official results. So up to the end, up to the last lectures, we had 80% of attendance of people in face-to-face meetings and 75% of attendance on online individual mentoring. I don't know why individual mentoring was less popular, because it's quite good option, but it was the very high attendance anyway. So now the recruitment for the second part of training, the business matchmaking project is just starting. It will be the same like the previous one. So the winning company will do the recruitment, they will do the training as a boot camps, and we as a municipality of Kraków, we are going to help them with the promotion, with finding contacts with stakeholders, and with organizing everything, including the space to make the boot camps. And I hope that it will be as fruitful as the previous one. The program is scheduled to be started in April and finished in April as well. But there is one bigger thing that we are after. So we have organized a very huge TASK4ISI in-person meeting in 19th of February. Once again, we back again ask many stakeholders, not only those which were related to seniors and migrants, but those stakeholders which are involved in many other problems, because we want to strengthen the cooperation with them and introduce the idea of signing the memorandum. So our next steps and challenges is to organize another big TASK4ISI meeting in late May or in the beginning of June, but it will be strictly with a signing memorandum. So now we wanted to make a commercial advertisement, what is the memorandum, and in June it will be signed. And the second largest challenge is exactly the same as on the first part of training. We want to engage more seniors into the program, because on the previous pilot there was a very low attendance of seniors, and we had to move the age from 60 to 55 years old to make people seniors. And we hope that on the second part we will have more seniors. We will ask more stakeholders related to seniors to engage them. I really hope it will help this time. And we'll see the results in April. Okay, so now I'm giving back my voice to Viola. and she's going to present the second part of the presentation instead of entrepreneur. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jacek. Can I share my own presentation? It's a bit shorter than I give you to this Cayman presentation. Okay, thank you.
Can you try now, Violetta, please?
Yeah. Yes, I just click and I think you now see my presentation. Okay. So Kraków Miastem Startupów is the organization which conducted our training program in which we are cooperate with this tasks. So I want to show you a really short summary from this organization. In this presentation, prepare Kraków Miastem Startupów. As Jacek said, we finished business skills development program. We had 2 bootcamp, a long meeting, and two training session for migrants and training session for seniors. And now we are planning a business matchmaking program, and we start and ending in April doing this program. And what is bootcamp? We also set in Erfurt. We choose this method as it's really release compared to our tasks. So this is really intensive short-term form of training or educational program designed to help participants quickly acquire specific practical skills in a chosen file. So bootcamps usually have highly focused curriculum based on workshop, project-based work, and direct collaboration with mentor or industry expert. And so, as you can see in our summary, we concentrate on target groups on seniors, so people age 55 plus, and migrants migrants. And when we see for numbers, we have more migrants, so 64% migrants, 13% seniors. But what is also important, we have a participant meeting both criteria, and it was 22%. And this participant want to talk about want to feel more migrants than seniors. It was also important lesson for us. And the first meeting was in November, and as you see, it was really long meeting from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we have agenda, as you can see on this slide. So we have what is entrepreneurship and micro-entrepreneurship. Next, we have workshop, how to identify your strengths and motivation. Next, we have panels about business model canvas. Of course, we remember about balance, so about lunch break. Next, we have group work of the business model canvas with mentors. Also, we have creating value for the customers. And in the end of this first meeting, we have group work. And as you can see on this photo, this was really long meeting, but people was still there and still working and still smiling. And more photos. And second meeting in the end of the November, we start with basic of budgeting and action planning. Next, we have formal and legal recruitments for starting the business. Of course, group work. Next, communication with clients and self-presentation. And in the end, we have presentation and feedback session for our participants. Yes, and more photo for this second meeting. Of course, each participant who attend both bootcamps receive a certificate of participation, something like that, as you can see at this slide. And program evaluation, what we see in our evaluation. First, increase in competencies. So our participant confirmed that they had gained new skills that they can use immediately. And most participants declared their intention to start their own business within the next 6 months. So we can see the big motivation of our participant. Next, change in attitudes. Many participants indicate greater openness to take taking risk and began to perceive themselves as innovators capable of solving problems. And also participants reported increased self-confidence after the workshop. And meeting expectation in the satisfaction survey, 100% of respondents answered agree or strongly agree to the question regarding whether the program met their expectation. So it's really nice to hear. And one word about substantive aspect. Our participants particularly appreciate the practical parts of the program. Also, you remember we talk about migrants, so initial language barriers we already overcome during the first bootcamp, and participants felt less stressed about speaking in Polish. And a large proportion of migrants meant that participants did not feel alone in this challenge. Additionally, we also use Lido tool. I really recommend this tool. It's really helpful because participants can ask questions online, not on the forum, but do this also individual. And participants were eager to work and actively use the training materials. And one more conclusion, due to difficulties in maintaining contact with participants, mostly via phone, a need for training in email communication and its role in building a business and personal brand was identified. We don't imagine that this is important and people need this skills like rules of email communication. It was also suggested to include more information about taxes, about legal regulation, and about methods of obtaining funding and investor. So this is all for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Violetta, for sharing insights. And I think some of the practical tips that you give, such as using Slido, are really quite interesting, or the certificate, which I haven't seen in other programs. They may use it, but it might be an additional motivation. And also your emphasis on attitude change, which sort of is a reflection of what Gergely said at the beginning about shifting mindsets and using these courses not only to build skills, entrepreneurial skills, but also bring people into a different mindset, the entrepreneurial mindset. That was very interesting. And I think what we have seen, or what I have seen anyway, from these more substantive and longer presentations than usual, is that there is a lot of experience and value that the 5 projects have accumulated that is worth taking forward and sharing. And so this is exactly what we would like to discuss in more detail and give a concrete shape to in this action plan that will be the main focus of the next, let's say, 50 minutes in the small working groups. And you remember how this went in Erfurt, possibly? So the Impact Hub team, Evie, can you? Yeah, thank you. The Impact Hub team has summarized the outputs and the ideas that came out of the Erfurt workshop around network presence, around knowledge sharing, and around funding, which you identified as the 3 main areas that you would like to maybe maintain and work on as a network after the project. And so this is the action plan that we would like to complete, at least overview sort of state. And Evie sent you where we are now, some of the action plan templates filled in about 2 days ago. And so we would like to start this use this as a starting point for the small group discussions, and then come back and perhaps share one item meaning fully. So what task you would do, who would be responsible, what kind of time frame you would be considering, and what resources you think you might need, and how much or what kind of output that would produce. The knowledge sharing component was quite complete after the Erfurt workshop. So we sent it out to you for review. It's not been finalized yet, but it looks pretty complete to us. So we decided to focus on the other two that need a bit more work, which means network presence and funding. So we would like to have two groups for each. So two discussing network presence, the other two discussing funding, and then bring this back together after about half an hour discussion. You have been given everybody in the chat a link that will take you to the tables, and you will be able to type in new things. So take notes or fill in information in those tables in your small working groups. And Laura is going to assign you to working groups. Make sure that you end up in one of them, and then after half an hour, come back to the main plenary. Is there anything else, Evie or Laura, that I need to share in terms of practical tips?
Yeah, maybe just make sure that in each group there is one person who is taking notes. So like dedicate one person on that, which not supposed to be Impact Hub colleagues, if that is possible, because we are also part of the conversation too. So just making sure that you are taking notes, that would be very useful and helpful for us in order to finalize the action plans, the different parts. And as you've seen, and maybe one more thing, in these action items, they are ongoing and they are one-time activities. And we would like maybe towards the end of next week to share with you a format, maybe an Excel sheet, when each of us would kind of dedicate their involvement somehow in those ongoing activities for like a half a year roster or something like that. But let's first focus on the actual items. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So, Laura, can you put us all in small groups, please?
Yes, I'm opening the rooms.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Én hol vagyok? Hol vagyok?
Hello, everyone. I need to move to another room, so I'll be back. Meanwhile, why don't you just start talking? It's 1 minute only.
Het van bel. Oké.
Így kellene beszélni pontosan.
I believe we are still waiting for a little bit for the other two groups to join back. Hello. Hi, Ben.
Hi.
Hi.
Sorry, Camilla, we were cut off, but you can tell the entire group what you were going to say when we were brought back here.
I was saying that we are missed the second column, so the role owner in most of our ideas, but okay.
That's because we will be expecting people to sign up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Right, so we're all back, and I realized that we didn't specify which topic should be done by which group, so we just kind of guessed that we were group 3, and so we did funding. But let's start sharing. Maybe we could start with group 1, and could you just share with us like one item that you think is interesting and one thing that you've contributed to this action plan?
So maybe
Marek.
I can start.
Yes.
So as you can see, I've declared that I will prepare this value proposition description till the end of the next week. It's because also what I've written in email to Eva a couple of days ago, because last week we had discussions first in our internal project team and then during our TASK4ISI meeting about what are the pros for joining this memorandum, what are incentives for stakeholders to sign it, and we've decided that this memorandum should be built around this linking group. So this linking group will be available for signatories of this memorandum. And the main incentive will be that as part of this group, they will be able to share, for example, their ideas for new proposals, if they're looking for partners, or if someone knows about a new funding opportunity and needs to gather other partners to discuss it, needs some support. So this is one of the main incentives, I guess, for potential stakeholders. So I've created some short description for this our last week TNISIHUB meeting. I can elaborate on it and develop it and share with you. And I wanted to ask how to share it, Eva. If you will be creating some another folder, another file where we can provide this input for these different tasks from this table.
Yeah, so what you were mentioning, Marek, is great about the value proposition. We haven't figured out the format, but if we just move to the next slide, we also worked on like the value proposition, but it would be great if we have a volunteer who would finalize it. We thought that each partner would send a sentence, like a short description of why they think people should join this group. So maybe as a next steps, definitely I need to figure out ways how to maintain or gather information as soon as possible, and then it could be kind of put into a finalized state of that.
Isn't that what the knowledge sharing is about?
Repeat it, Eva. Sorry, I couldn't hear.
The knowledge sharing table, doesn't that contain something for this? How to share? Isn't this what that is? Or is this just looking into the future?
I think with the value proposition, it's more about regarding the LinkedIn group activity itself.
And maybe
yes,
also
but
the
I was
idea.
asking, how are you going to share what he writes?
It's still for the program, for the project now, I think.
So it'll just be email.
The idea is that maybe Eva sends an email to all the partners, and then once
okay,
for 1 or 2 sentences, the most important, you have to have a very short value proposition, why this is so important and valuable to join and to sign the memorandum. And later, once you have everything together, then you can put it in a kind of a story, put it that way, and then it can go on to that unfortunate, what do you call it? No, it's very hard to find things on your link, on your how do you call it, your cloud. You can put it on cloud later on, so people can have a look and maybe add or something like that. But first, start with the emails asking for 1 or 2 sentences.
Yeah, yeah. But
okay, great.
Sorry, I think I answered to Marek's question. Is there anything else, maybe from that group, before we jump to our own?
Yeah.
Can I just point out that there's an important, I think, redefinition of this LinkedIn group now, because we are saying it's not going to be open to everyone. It's going to be for those that sign the memorandum of understanding. So I just wanted to make sure that's clear to everyone. Okay, super.
Okay, but can I just say something?
Go ahead.
Okay, so if it would be only exclusively for those who will sign the memorandum, does that mean that our pilot participants would also need to sign memorandum, or the LinkedIn group wouldn't even be for them?
I mean, the idea of the memorandum was that it's for institutional partners. So I
Memorandum,
assume,
yes, but the
so if they will
LinkedIn
create
group.
startup, then their company, then they can sign it and join the group.
So unless they really start the business, they shouldn't be able to join the LinkedIn group. Is that so?
I guess so, because it will be like networking for institutional partners in order to be able to create new proposals, find new granting opportunities. It won't be like, I don't know, wall where you put all the info for the support for individuals, because this is not this kind of tool, I think.
Okay, that means that we shifted from what we discussed in Erfurt, but fine. Like, I just wanted
Okay, I wasn't in
aware.
Erfurt, so I didn't know that there were such discussions. Sorry.
Yes, we were discussing it, and about how the LinkedIn group should look like. So we were also considering the LinkedIn group be the place where the entrepreneurs or the aspirant entrepreneurs would get some sort of information they need. But anyway,
Yeah,
if we are switching, that's fine. Just I wanted to be sure I understand.
Yeah, but I think we are still in the project. So in the project, we need to have an incentive for those who signing the memorandum. So that would be their incentive to sign it. But once the program is over, and then I think it would be we could open it to a wider audience.
But my question is also, if this is the place to discuss it, I know we don't have much time. Why someone shouldn't sign memorandum? It's not an obliging document. Is there something in it that would discourage? I don't know.
For example, in our case, because that's what we are discussing strongly in Krakow, the issue is with public institutions, public authorities. It has to be, discussed formally. There are procedures and so on. It's not so easy to gather signs, for example, from city mayor or regional authorities. So because of that, we want to make it like more formal and more dedicated to funding, preparing proposals, building consortia, and so on.
But still, whatever they sign, it won't be legally obliging, because if it is, then we won't get anybody to sign it. It's not legally obliging.
But it depends on the lawyers. For example, for municipality of Krakow, or even such kind of document like the present version of memorandum still has to be signed by lawyers, has to get through the procedure like signing an agreement and so on. So it depends on every country how the procedure looks like.
But then should we maybe better work on the content? Maybe it shouldn't be like that, because then we will all have problems with getting the institutions to sign it.
No, if you say that you don't have problems with it, I mean, in Croatia, maybe that's not
No,
an issue.
I don't know. I didn't present the content. I'm not sure whether it would be, but I think that the content shouldn't be something that would impose such, big deal for the institutions to sign it.
But in content, like you said, there is nothing specific. This action plan we discussed is only an attachment, and these are only tasks for project partners. So other stakeholders, they just can read what's on LinkedIn, can post something, but they won't be responsible for controlling, for moderating, and so on. So, like I said, there are no there is nothing formally that they have to do, maybe just joining once a year meeting of TNISIHUB, but still like procedure, for example, in municipality of Krakow is that it has to go through like an agreement. And whatever we will put inside this memorandum, if it will be empty page or just sign it, still the procedure will be the same. So this is like we try to, and for example, how we try to solve it, even though like the main idea is that it will be signed in digital version through DocuSign or something like that. I assume Eva will share some details about the signing process later on. We still want to organize this TASK4ISI meeting at the end of May, beginning of June, where will be also in-person signing of it. So, for example, Vice Mayor of Krakow can sign it and there are photos and so on. And this is kind of incentive that is important for public authorities. So this is how we try to solve these issues.
Yeah, so I think this discussion is a really good example of how there are very different practices and interpretations and procedures in the different countries. And I think the lead partners in each country, they are aware of what needs to be done locally to convince people. So perhaps what Evie suggested is a good compromise, that we keep the LinkedIn group now limited to those that sign the memorandum, and after the project, we open it up to whoever is interested and would like to contribute, as well as would like to benefit from the exchange in the LinkedIn group. Would that resonate with most people? Yes? No? Super. Okay. Let's we've got a couple more minutes. Shall we hear a little bit from the funding groups as well? How far they managed to get, because this is the tougher nut to crack. The group I was in, Camilla, maybe you could start and then explain what we discussed.
So actually, we think that the most important thing about funding is to, let's say, stay up to date with different funding opportunities, not only at European level, but also at regional level. So that's why all rows are somehow connected, because without regularly updated information, it is impossible to know where the funding opportunities are located. So that's why, as you know, our discussion was connected with what we can do, probably possibilities regionally and as a consortium. So that's why what we have. Of course, the local opportunity should be monitoring ongoing. It could be refreshed every 3-4 months. We had really a good discussion about a local opportunity, which is chambers of commerce. So, of course, output from those opportunity could be proposal for them. But I believe the important thing is to have something like spreadsheet. Maybe we can also discuss about using tools for project management, like different kind of tools we could discuss. And maybe the LinkedIn group will be also the possibility of sharing opportunities with others. I don't know, Eva or the rest of my group, do you want to add something to our discussion?
Yeah, no, that's, I think, great. The way that you've summarized it. I think we basically talked about, okay, there needs to be a bit more research going into the local opportunities, as well as we need a volunteering partner to create that spreadsheet that could then be put on a drive, so people can update it with new opportunities. And also we talked about specifically Erasmus, looking at how that program could be a way to go forward, and that maybe after the end of this project, by about November, somebody could research that and share it with others. Yes, Marek.
Yeah, I just wanted, because I'm thinking through what we were discussing with Anna, and also addressing these issues, because this is what I've been thinking a lot about. Maybe, in fact, because we're talking that this action plan is the part of memorandum attachment to it and so on, maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe memorandum should be only this one or two pager, and we should decide that this action plan is just internal working document, especially because still, maybe there won't be mentions stakeholders in this document, but for signatories, for lawyers, still they will be thinking what does it mean if the institution has to take some actions as part of it and so on. I don't think so that it's needed for stakeholders to see it, because it's like behind the scenes of this linking group, how it will look like. So yeah, I would consider removing it from the memorandum file, which will be available to sign, because still we know that we have to do it. We're part of the consortium. We will do what has to be done, and still signing it or not signing it, it doesn't change anything. So I think it should be hidden from the stakeholders.
I think that's how it was meant to be initially as well. I think it was meant to be separate, as far as I understood, that the memorandum is a self-standing document, more of a, in principle, we commit, and the action plan is in action, we commit to those smaller group participants. Yeah, okay. Was there anything else in the other group that discussed funding? I don't know who was in it, so super. Let's hear this. Wow, great.
Yeah, that was us. I think one other suggestion that we had that someone gave in our group that some of us hadn't heard about yet is there's a LinkedIn page called EU Funds, and they do a newsletter called Friday for Funds that a couple of us actually already signed up for during the session. Because they send out funding opportunities, and there's also an app apparently called EU Funding and Me that also has updated information about what funds are available. So we talked about adding those to kind of a spreadsheet that someone could create. And that way we can keep each other updated about other opportunities, and also reach out bilaterally if there's projects that are specifically relevant to one or just a few partners.
Super, great. I think we were more or less moving along the same lines as far as I can tell from your other boxes, what you filled in. So, but it's really important to have those specifics. Thank you. I see two hands up, Mariana and Eva. Go ahead, Evie.
So from the perspective of how to finalize the action plan, I have a couple of questions, especially for group 3 and 4. of who is doing these activities, the roles and the ownership, and they are ongoing and they are one-time activities. So would that be an option or a follow-up activity for us, for Impact Hub, to create such a spreadsheet where we need maybe people, organizations to sign up for certain activities with a deadline? Is that okay with everyone?
I think that's how we meant it.
Okay. Okay.
And I wanted to add that when we talked about the LinkedIn group, one of the things we were talking is to connect this with the funding opportunities, so that the posts on the LinkedIn group should come from or this spreadsheet or this list of opportunities that is aggregated throughout time, so that it could be already posted there instead of having two separate places. It could be using the LinkedIn for this.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Great. Is there any other last comment? We've now come to the final sort of concluding remarks and the roundup. I'm going to pass the word to Avi.
Yeah. Now, Impact Hub team will be working on these, because we wanted to have this action plan, either part or not part of the memorandum, but still kind of like a document which all of the partners agreed upon. So we didn't know what's going to be the outcome of these discussions. So we are going to take notes on that, and as a next step, sending out emails on asking partners to kind of sign up for different type of activities, either an ongoing or a one-time one. And when it comes to the signatures, we did the research, and it's most highly likely it's going to be DocuSign. So it would be very easily accessible PDF document with a memorandum with 120, 130 signature lines to be kind of filled up. And it's basically based on the discussions and the action plan. The memorandum will be itself signed on DocuSign without the action plan. Then I think that would definitely make more sense. Why I'm putting now this QR code here also is it's important for us to receive some feedback from you all. So please, if you have a time now, just to fill it up, I'm going to send it over to you anyways. And these are the happy faces from Erfurt, as you see in the picture. So I hope all of you are kind of tired but happy, as we were kind of working collaboratively during this discussion and these activities. I don't know whether our aspired entrepreneurs are still here or not, but thank you all for being very active on this meeting. I don't know, Lau, Eva, if we have left anything out.
No, I just wanted to also thank everyone and wish you good luck with completing your projects. There will be a last project meeting in Krakow, so you will be hearing about that. And Evie will follow up with the concrete outputs from this online meeting and the next steps via email.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.